Hello, welcome back to Artsphere 1969 Live. I'm Alice, and for today, I'm sharing with you my t-shirt cutting. Okay, you can call it t-shirt recycling or t-shirt redesign or t-shirt restyling. Okay, now why? Because when I first started, I started with t-shirt upcycling. That means using old t-shirt, right? But then as I went along, I find that some of the new t-shirts are very good color design, but I just don't like them being big. So I decided to restyle them since I already know about it, right? Okay, so now before I go into it, can you please like and share my video, because you are going to learn some useful tips to bring out the new life to your old t-shirt. Yeah, so I'm going to do my sharing now. Could you please like and share my video? Yeah, I'll come back to you in a moment. Okay, ready? All right, let's go. Yeah. Okay, what do I have for you today? All right. The last session, I remember I told you that this session I will share with you about toga cutting and also halter neck. But then I realized I better do one at a time. So for today, I will share with you about the toga style. Yeah. Can you see this one that I'm wearing here? 还好吧. Okay, you need to see the before. Yeah. Let's see the before picture. Before this piece was done, it was a big t-shirt. Now, if you had seen the last video on my t-shirt cutting, you would have noticed that actually this piece was originally on my model, and I was trying to cut the design on her. Yeah. So if you do a flashback, you can see that it was a big t-shirt. But now, is this acceptable? 好不好看呢? Yeah, okay, let me tell you the truth. This is the very first time I'm actually wearing a toga. I have never worn toga before because my mom put in this idea in me that girls 要穿得斯文一点. Okay, so all my time I'm already wearing dresses. So spaghetti, yes, because it's very feminine. Yeah. So this is the first time I'm wearing the toga, and I think not bad. Yeah. Okay. So now let's see how do we get about to do this toga piece, right? And of course, we start with a t-shirt. Okay. So these are some of my children's t-shirt. Yeah. As I mentioned before, I really don't own much t-shirt. I only own those that I have to wear for events, so no choice. So after that, now I learned how to recycle them, yeah? So this is one of them, and this is a blue piece here. Okay, I tell you what, since the table is black, I won't do the gray. I will keep this gray piece to do my halter neck, okay? So now I will use this blue color piece to start to do this toga cutting, yeah? Okay, just let me lay it down. All right. Toga t-shirt cutting. We always remember who? Tarzan and Jane, right? Yeah. So what she did was she just find fabric and then she tie it here, right? So we can do the same here, okay? So now I lay this piece of t-shirt here. Oh, by the way, Linda, are you watching me? You promised me, you're supposed to come here, but you say you have a swimming session. Okay, I pantan you. Okay, I will do a one-to-one with you, okay? Right. So for those of you who really like to have a one-to-one session, yeah, you can always contact me on my Telegram link, okay? Because sometimes you like it to be personalized, right? Yeah, and also when you have a live session, it is easier for you to see the minute details, right? Okay, so now I get back to this cutting, yeah? Okay, right. Now, the toga is actually one shoulder outfit. So you decide whether you want the right side or the left side, okay? And the good thing about this t-shirt cutting thing is you can wear it this side And then if you don't like it, next week you can wear it the other side. You turn it around because the front and back can be the same, or I can actually have a different design at the back. Yeah. So like my daughter said, "Mommy, what is this here?" You know, I say I had a little bruise when I scratched myself. So she said, "Why don't you wear the toga on this side?" Well, yeah, I already said I just wear it here lah. Okay, so next time you know what you can do. You can actually draw a butterfly here. Yeah, or else you remember last time, people of my era they will remember last time there was this bubble gum that we buy 5 cents, and then after we chew, this bubble gum has got a wrapper that has got a tattoo on it. So we just put water and then we can have a tattoo. Okay, so now you know my age, Okay, right, back to cutting. Right, so I just do it on either side is okay, because later, like I mentioned, I can always turn it to wear on the other side. Yeah, so you can always use your color pencil, but then you turn your t-shirt the other way around, okay? And do the marking on the inside. Yeah. So I will do one marking here, and then of course the toga that I don't have the sleeve, so I will cut off this sleeve here as well. Okay. So can you just see if I were to snip and snip? See? So you know my favorite part of it is what? Tie, right? Tie, yeah, to make the big t-shirt smaller. Okay. In fact, when I was doing this piece, if you can see from last week's video, it is actually a very, very big t-shirt. It belongs to my husband. So when I cut it, initially I cut it very shallow, you know. So when I put it on at time, I found it was a bit loose. Okay. So I decided to cut it a bit inner, right? And this the the lines go further in instead of just here. All right. So further in. But then I also realized, okay, I had wanted to keep what brand is this? I wanted to keep the little flag here, you know. So I couldn't because I cut it further in, so the little design here went up. Okay, then I realized one thing. I can also tie on two sides. Remember like this t-shirt, I tie on two sides, yeah? So it's really very versatile. Yeah, and since I'm holding this t-shirt, I just tell you, I remember I mentioned that it was a bit too low for me. So what I did was, for my cooking lesson, I just wear it the other way around with a higher neckline in the front. So remember, your cutting, your design, they are very versatile, okay? And there are no mistakes. You can always change things, yeah? Okay, so today I will stick to what I do here. Then next week, I will show you what I can do with this same piece again, just like over here. You see? Last week, I remember I showed you all this part, right? The cutting, right? And then now, I turn it around and I show you what I can do. Remember, I tied it up all the way, then I release them and I only keep the bottom pieces. So I leave them out like a jacket. So you have another design, right? Okay. So remember, t-shirt filing is very versatile, no right or wrong. So actually, it's really interesting. Okay. So next week you'll see how I change this piece here. Okay. So now I will cut this part here, right? And I will mark it first. Okay, mark it first. And if you notice the tie at the side, okay, I'm not so young already, so I cannot have big holes here. So my tying, the gap will be much smaller. So I cut maybe about 1 inch or less. Okay. I do my marking, or else you can do your freehand My favorite term is called what? Algorithm, yeah? So algorithm means estimate, okay? You can just do an estimation of how much you want to leave your gap as, okay? Right. So all the way up. And I do my cutting now, okay? So first I cut away this part first, yeah? Right. Bring it nearer to me. Okay. Freestyle cutting if there is no line, yeah? Of course, please line your t-shirt properly, okay? Front and back, and then you smooth them out, yeah? Then again, if you make a mistake, it's okay, we can correct, yeah? And also remember, if you're cutting on a fabric tablecloth, don't cut your tablecloth, okay? That one I can't help you, huh? Okay, so, oh, if that's the case, what you can do is you can put a piece of cardboard on top of a tablecloth, okay? Then you will not cut your tablecloth, yeah? And remember, please get a good pair of scissors, okay? Nowadays, scissors are so inexpensive, yeah? You can get them online, you can go to the big department store. That is my favorite place. It's actually IKEA. Yeah, the scissors there, you can buy three scissors for very small, for maybe $1 or $2. Okay, right. So comes to here, I would like to leave a little bit more fabric, so I will cut along the corner. Okay. The principle of cutting is always cut less, so that if you need to do adjustment, you can cut some more. Okay. So that was what I did for this piece. I cut a bit less, and I find that it's a bit big still. Then I cut a little bit more. Okay. See? Right. Okay. Almost there. Okay. Now I cut the sleeve out. Okay. Put it flat and line them properly. There is a seam here, so you cut the seam away. All right. Okay. Yeah, not cutting the tablecloth. All right. A little bit nervous because if I cut the tablecloth, I'm so sorry, and such a beautiful piece here. Okay, so okay lah, I hold it up and I cut. But if you cannot do this done, please cut it on the floor then. Okay, the floor is the safest place because you cannot cut a hole in the floor, can you? Usually not lah. Okay, so the sleeve is out. Right. Now I'm going to cut the sides. So I put. Okay, if your t-shirt doesn't have a joining seam, that means it's one piece, then you don't have to cut out this piece here, okay, the seam. But if your t-shirt has got a seam, I suggest cut the seam out first, okay? So I will, and also I cheat a bit, I shortcut. I fold them into two, and then I fold them into two again. So yeah, also when you fold, please be careful. Don't have this kind of edges and you cut wrongly, okay? Make sure that you fold them properly, right? Straight. And then I do cut. Right. Because this is what t-shirt styling make easy, yeah? And also, doesn't matter if we don't do a straight cut here because we are going to cut into small little strips to do tying, right? So it's not very, it will not be obvious. Cutting is not straight. Okay? See? Now, keep this, yeah? It's very useful for doing tying of things later. Okay? Right. Okay, so now I'm going to do the sides. Now, what do you call this? The hem. The hem at the bottom of the t-shirt, for this piece, I actually cut it. So I find that it started to roll up a bit. So, lesson learned, maybe I shouldn't cut away the hem. I will just leave it first, okay? And I see if it helps to hold the t-shirt down, then I will just leave it. But then, of course, if you like to, you can always cut it away because without the hem, it has a softer look at the bottom of the t-shirt there, okay? So now I proceed to cutting the slits here. Now remember, if you want to, you can always use one of your your favorite your outfit, and then you can put it on to measure a bit, like agak-agak how much you need to cut, okay? But I realized that my this t-shirt is getting big already, so I need to cut a little bit inner. So when I put this down, I know I can cut a little bit inner. So perhaps I do like this. Okay. So if you are not very confident, then you don't need the t-shirt because you might have a tendency to cut this piece as well. Okay. Right. You can start from the top or bottom. You just need to make sure that, I think I start from the top is better because bottom piece too much or too little, I can always cut it off. Okay. So I start from where the armpit area is. Yeah. Okay. I will leave about 1 inch and then I start cutting here. Okay. Now remember, if you want to have a curvature, so it goes that here you have to do a slant, right? So here will be less and then here will be more. Okay. Not sure, cut less first and then later adjust. Okay. In fact, this piece I first cut it and then find it a bit too loose, then I recut them again. Okay. So don't worry, there's no right or wrong. It's just a matter of practice, and then you will get to feel the feel of where you want the lines to be. Okay. Right. It'd be nice to have some music on. Okay, never mind. I sing for you. No, I sing for you. Everybody will run away, man. Just okay. This is the waistline area, so I will cut a bit deeper in. Okay, deeper in. Right. Okay, so the color, actually dark colors for toga, they are very exotic looking. Yeah, pastel color, of course, got sweetness look, huh? Okay. And also halter neck, I don't know why, but somehow I think I will quite likely do it in the gray or the black. Then you can use it for your party. Yeah? But so sorry, nowadays cannot go clubbing. Yeah? But never mind, you can always wear it, go for your dinner date. Yeah. And then you can impress your partners. You see, I did this myself, This is the world 独一无二 one, only one piece. Got money also cannot buy one. Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay. The last piece, I will just leave it first. Okay, I got one more time. Okay, so now what I do is my favorite tying. Okay, right. The more you cut, the more you have to tie. Yeah. So they say quick tie. Okay, so I just do a rough tying first so that we can see the effects. Yeah. Okay. So actually, this is very like primitive way. Yeah, like so you're stranded in the forest and then you got nothing else but you found the sail, the big piece of cloth. So you just cut the sail and then make it your baju. Yeah. So imaginative. I should go and write script, right? Yeah. Well, it's very simple because this one no need to do sewing, just tying, okay, and then you can get your clothes all together, together without the seams all joined together, without having to use the needle or the sewing machine. Yeah, so this is the favorite part of it, and also the good part of it is that you can always change the design after a while. Yeah, like for example this piece, right? Yeah, the before and after is one thing, and then the after and after is another thing. Yeah, so please try and then share with me what's your outcome. Yeah, I find that every time when I plan my lesson, it gets more and more exciting because when I explore further, I find that hey, I can do it this way or I can do it that way. Like for example, this piece, at first I only thought of cutting one side. Then from cutting it, I realized actually I can. Later I can release all the ribbons here, and then I push it to this side. Then I can do another row of tying here. You know, then you can see that there will be some slits coming in here. Ah, that is another design for the younger ones. Here I am a bit too old to try that thing. So I will do it next week, and then the next session that I'll show you what happens to it. Yeah, okay. What happens to this piece? The after, yeah. Okay, quick tie, yeah. Right. So what happens to this piece here? Okay. Right. You notice that when I finish tying, the t-shirt actually becomes shorter. Okay, moves up. So it's either I tie this up, or I can actually cut it off, and then it becomes your armhole. Okay. So this one I normally would put it on the model, and then I will see whether I need to cut it off or just tie it up. Okay, so this is a versatile. Okay, what to do with the top here, right? First, I will cut away the seam. Okay. Right. There are many ways to. Actually, if you don't want, you can leave it as it is. Okay. So that means your toga top is just a flat top, yeah. But then, of course, show you a variation, all right? You can cut it. You can tie. Okay. You can tie this together, all right? Tie it together, or you can do two tie. That means cut this in the middle, and then you tie it up. Okay, so let's try it. Yeah. Or why don't I do the original tying first, and then later you'll see when if you want to change your design, then you can cut it into two and then retie again. Okay. So now I'm going to just tie this up. Okay, because when you tie up already, you realize your t-shirt is shorter. So that's why I left the last piece. I don't tie it yet. Okay. So when the fabric is thick, it's a little bit harder to tie. Okay. Never mind. We'll see. We see now the armhole becomes so small. Okay. Right. So do a quick one. Okay. I will just do one. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I put it on the other side. See, your big t-shirt now becomes much smaller already, right? Yeah. So if you find that you tie a bit too much, you want to release it, it is okay, all right? You can always look at that, okay? Wow, this model is so cooperative. Young yeah. Okay, right. You see that? Okay, so simple, right? All right. So if you're if you are going to all right. So if you're going to use the normal just tied up here, okay. So what you can do is you can adjust and make it a nice bow here. All right. Okay, you can always trim the edges a bit. Right. Actually, no need. You just pull a bit only, the bow will come out. Just cut away the seam. Okay. So, right. So if this is the style you want, so what you can do is you just take the scissors and then you just nip up this part here. Okay. Right. Okay, so I just pretend that I split it up already. So this is actually your toga top. Nice or not? Yeah? Okay, now can you imagine, remember, from this big piece, now it is, ta-da, the toga top here, yeah? Okay? So please go and try, yeah? And then remember here, depending on the gap, you can actually wear a tube inside, and then all the colors will show a contrasting tube. Okay, and as usual, after you finish your tie, you can always pull it to make it narrower. Yeah. Okay, so this is actually a very nice ribbons at the side. Yeah. Okay, shall we do the other one that we split it into two? Yeah. Okay. Now, let me untie this. Okay, and like I mentioned, I cut it into two, yeah? So a quick snip. Okay, and here as well. Okay, so now what I can do is I just tie that up quickly. Okay, you have two ribbons on top. Yeah. Okay, so this is a little bit broader, yeah. Then of course this one, if I already confirm I don't want it, I will just cut it away. Okay, right? Okay, simple enough, yeah. Okay, now it's your turn to go and try. All right, and then please share with me in my Telegram chat. I would love to know what is the outcome of all your adventures. Okay, so the next session I will do with you will be the halter neck. Okay, now I see you then. Okay, bye.